Welcome to Life Made Up of Questions. During this festive season, I am so glad to have a person like Dr. TPS. He is an educationalist, a mentor, a teacher, a scientist. So I welcome you to this forum, Life Made Up of Questions, to share your journey of life. Because I had gone through his profile, a lot of books written with the small title of Life is Coming Everywhere. So you are a life coach and a mentor. I welcome you, sir. Sorry, welcome you, TPS. Yeah, Dr. TPS.
Namaskaram, Dr. Harikrishnan.
നമസ്കാരം. നമസ്കാരം കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ സർ? പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
Yeah, namaskaram. I said namaskaram. Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah.
It's nice to be on this platform on this day. It's a great day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, sir, actually, Dr. TPS, always my tongue is going for this, sir, but he has made it very mandatory that call him Dr. TPS. So, Dr. TPS, I had gone through your profile. So, it's a very catching profile. You had a journey of like space scientist, then into education, like director of UGC board, several like attributes, then started your own institute like Shiksha, like emerging a new bridge for education, mainly focusing for teachers, students, and parents. So, how your journey of life started into this Fatum dimension? Can you please give an explanation, sir?
Thank you for this wonderful question. I think I should call you as G because you have got your initial as G, right?
Yes.
Only very few people in Kerala has got that last initial G, which would have been much better if you are in North India because people will call you as G, right?
Yes.
You were earlier Minister for Transport, the road. He is from Alappuzha.
G Sudha.
He also has got G, so people make fun of them.
Yes.
So, nice. I think I have not traveled away from what I am because in my book, because you mentioned about my book, in my book Life Made Simple, you ask an LKG, UKG student what they want to be in life. Definitely they will tell they want to become teacher. As they grow, they may go away from teachers because they found a lot of bad teachers in their life. They think that there are better profession than that. Luckily, I did not do my LKG, UKG. I am from a small village where the school is owned by me, my family. So all my relatives are teachers. So what is that ambition in your life if somebody asks? I think all the members in my family will aspire to become teachers only because we have not seen any people other than that profession. And somebody is there maybe who works in railway, he will come once in a year only to home, right? So teaching is in blood of anyone who wanted to learn, who has got passion for learning in this world. Though I was not a very good student in my childhood, as I grew, I understood the value of teaching more and more. And in my official capacity in space department also, what I have done is, our department never had a training program, but I started a training program and then I called people and started. We were into software making with the space applications. But then I found people don't use this software unless you give them the hand-on training, skill development, making them to work with that. So I called a lot of users and then started training. So I started a training program in my own office. Right? So that is there in my blood. I keep teaching. I keep learning. And that can make a lot of difference in this world. So that is the reason I left my job. I took VRS after 20 years of service and I'm a pensioner. And full time I am into teaching. So every day I speak to students, parents, teachers. This is what I'm doing. I enjoy doing it. That's my passion after my pension, probably.
So you are an initiator because you have initiated several schemes in your, during your employable days also, like starting training, then doing something more creative. And you always continue the passion for teaching.
That way, I must have done a lot of highly innovative activities, even in Department of Space, starting from small things to big things. I got a project where I could make my building the way I want, the sitting arrangements where they want. The government doesn't permit all that generally. But I was influenced here to get that sanction from the chairman of ISRO, getting to higher ups the way I wanted. It's like, I was the first employee in my office with a direct recruitment. The rest of the people are seniors who came from different on deputation. So I started recreation club. I started cooperative society. I started small canteen, buying vessels, putting them. So even after 30 years, 35 years of establishment of that, today also it is run in the same style. So I established procedures. So I love to do that. That's what I do.
Exactly, and also you are doing the same thing, like creating the structure for students, like empowering young minds.
Actually, young people are more energetic, more talented, more creative, more dynamic, more multidisciplinary capacities they have. But the blame is to the elders who doesn't allow them to grow, allowed them to get directed in the right paths, put them into the right style. This is the problem with the people. That's it. Otherwise, I think I have got a lot of hope on the youth. I have less hope on this generation which I am running now.
Okay, so going through a profile as an educationist, as a leader, as a mentor, as an entrepreneur, there I had seen a blend for spiritual learning also, spirituality, like Himalayan. I had gone through the profile where he had written some book, where also having a blend of spirituality. What's the reason for that?
Actually, by birth, all human beings are spiritual. That is what makes a human being different from other animals. Otherwise, they know how to build their houses, they know how to do skill development for their life. What is special for human being is the thirst for knowledge and being spiritual. These are the two things which makes them different. Thirst for knowledge also make them to document, share it with others. Um, though my parents were not very religious, my relatives were not very religious. We owned temples. So my childhood was getting into temples and administering temples. But then luckily I have fallen in the hands of great rishis, great tantris of Kerala probably. If any somebody wanted to call that the temple constructions in Kerala is having a procedure, and the textbook is called Tantra Samuchayam. And the Tantra Samuchayam has got only one commentary in Malayalam, and that's written by Brahmasri KPC Anujan Bhattacharya. And he happens to be the guru for Maharishi Mahayogi. Maharishi Mahayogi is one of the most famous transcendental meditation guru of the universe, the whole globe. And he established his own kingdom in America. And there are a lot of management institutions in India under the Maharishi MBA centers, management centers. I have fallen in the hands of Brahmasri KPC Anjan Bhattacharya. I traveled with him to Kailash. I had a lot of programs, discussions. He is a very, very good rationalist. He is also into ritualistic religious practices, but the core bottom of that was spirituality. So I got attracted into that part of his expertise in spirituality, and that made me to learn a lot of things which are very basics. I think very, very lucky to have such a person to learn it. So anything which I do in my life has got a iota of that. And second greatest influential factor in my life was meeting him, the Mahamandaleshwar, Swami Rama's disciple, Swami Vedabharati. Mahamandaleshwar is one title, which says, which is the ultimate guru of all the disciplines of Rishi Swami's traditions in India. And so he was one of the chief of that. Second one is Swami Rama's disciple. That's the second title which I used. Swami Rama is Himalayan master. He was one of the only Swami who left the title of Kanchi Kamakodi Pidadipati. Generally, when somebody gets that position, they will not leave it because that's such a high profile, no? But he said, this doesn't matter because I like to be a spiritual master in silence, not in administration. So I was very close to him. The first meeting itself, we were talking as if we know each other for long years. So I think that is blended in my Atma, that's blended in my spiritualities, in my blood. So these two people gave a lot of impetus in my growth in not only in spiritual field, but understanding and knowing the world around, understanding different subjects, and looking at any modern subject in that scenario. I can speak on subjects probably which I have not learned on a textbook, or maybe referring to some of the books in my life.
Exactly, because I can feel the power of spirituality from by the grace from your eyes and the words from your tongue. Actually, spirituality in the sense it is knowing the unconsciousness from ourselves. Rather,
Yeah.
the religion is also coming, but it's a self-realization, and I think that spirituality is also a matter of connecting for this situation, having this meeting too, because there is some uncertainty to connect with people like you, sir. So my next question is that. What is the real reason for starting the design school, the Shiksha? What was the real motive behind it?
Actually, as part of the training program, the Department of Space, we have some liberty because I love teaching. I asked my director, he said, you can go anywhere and then start giving lectures in engineering colleges. Actually, I resigned my job soon after getting a job in Space Department to become a teacher. I got an appointment in NIT. So I wanted to leave and then join NIT. But my director that time told, you can go and give lectures whenever you want. That freedom is given to you. No? It's very rare to get such a sanction from a director. And he also gave me a beautiful message in my life, which says, he was Dr. A.K.S. Gopalan. He is no more. Recently, he passed away. He gave a message saying that, no, you want to become a teacher, any day you can become a teacher. But hardly you can see teachers becoming scientists in Space Department. Once you become a teacher, then life is gone. You are a teacher permanent. You are unfit to get many other jobs, because that's such a lazy profile where you don't venture into doing something extra in your life. You can keep repeating what you have learned in your life. You don't have to update yourself. So many benefits are there being a teacher if you are a moderate teacher, right? So I went to one of the engineering colleges to inaugurate Computer Science Association, the IEEE Center. So I was called. Being a space scientist with a profile, I had a lot of such opportunities to go to different colleges. But then I found students have got this problem of identifying themselves with the subject which they want to learn, getting keen interest, pioneering themselves into, venturing themselves into, though they are called a professional degree, they do not become professional. So I thought that needs a mentoring for these students to realize the potential in them, to create them as great leaders. One of the colleges where I went in 2009, 9 or 8, end of 8 or 9, I think. There are 400 children. And many students keep contacting you with questions and asking. I share my number. Even today, you can see my number is there. So people keep contacting to me, talking to me. Average 1,000 messages I used to get from last 12, 13 years. And I answer all of them. So when I did that, somebody keeps on talking to you, understand, I want guidance from you, I want to talk to you, I want to come to you, I want to meet you. So there are people who are interested to spread the message, not only for their self-benefit, but to spread it across. Then a group of such small children from Hyderabad, they're all engineering college students. They used to come to me, invest their time. Especially, I wanted to call the name of Durga Anusha. Now she completed her MIT. She is doing MBA in Kelly. She must be earning around maybe half a crore per month in Indian rupees. And yesterday she was telling she has got options to come back to India, where the salary is paid 40 to 45 lakhs per month. But then she is waiting for that to after the tax benefit, she wanted to get a 50 lakhs per month so that both her would-be husband is also my student. So both of them will come in India so that they can earn 1 crore per month. So I think it's somebody who has done 10 years back a BTech, aspiring for such a high salary in India. I think rarely you can see such students. So I had the credit of mentoring them. And in fact, that started because of their initiative. And when I was having a program in the neighboring district close to Bangalore, from Hyderabad, when you drive to Bangalore, you have got a district in which I had got few hundred children as volunteers who are all students in Hyderabad. They connected to their village, created a group. So they wanted to give a name for that group. That's how the Shiksha word came. And Shiksha, if you write Hari Krishnan, you can see SHISHAK. That SHA you put on the left side, it will become SHASHIK. And that is Shashi K. That is my name only. So Shiksha also has got my name inside that. Right. And Shiksha not in Kerala, but outside Kerala, Shiksha means learning, Shiksha means teaching, Shikshak means the teacher. So it's very close, apt word to a teacher-student relationship.
Okay, so during this journey of life, starting from your career as a space scientist, then entering into teacher. Now you have mentioned like teachers consider we are all having a thought like a teaching job is a comfort zone where we start the laziness and enjoy the laziness. But actually, it's not the real fact because a good teacher can inspire the students and ignite the young minds by creating innovative ideas. But it all depends upon the individual, as you have mentioned. The mentors or the mentee or the students has to start from their self, from their inner mind or the consciousness to avoid to reach the unconscious, like a spiritual blend should also be there. So what is the main objective to be a great teacher rather than be a good teacher?
See, Dr. Harikrishnan Ji, I was also a teacher. I was a professor of management in one of the engineering colleges here. Actually, a professor has to teach 1 hour only. So that means 20 hours per month. And the salary paid was huge, actually very huge. I doesn't deserve probably being paid that much for a 1 hour job. So I understand it is not 1 hour teaching. A professor has got a job of taking care of many aspects around the college. It's also administration, it's also guiding, it's also supporting the other teachers. Probably in that engineering college I was working, I used to teach 6 hours per day also. I don't think anybody will venture. So if teachers want, they can be part of that. Now, Hari Krishnan Ji is a principal of a college where I was also involved. I was director for image creation, image building, and I was given a directorship. And I started working there also. But what happens today, the education has become such a great business. It is only today morning, I cancelled a program which is supposed to be tomorrow going to happen on a design thinking workshop. One of the greatest names of Tamil Nadu is Kamaraj. And it's shame for Kamaraj to have his name in a college where the principal, just because he did not sign and orally he has given an approval for my class, and somebody who is at the lower level speaks to me and says, his principal did not approve it with a signature, therefore the program has to be postponed. I said, is it that matter for you to talk to your principal and then see that the program goes on? No, but what will happen to the payment? I asked him, did I ask the payment for that? I'm a person who is doing this on social service. I must have given thousands and thousands of lectures in the last 10 years, everything free. And these people don't understand. See, the problem is there are education sellers in this country. Institutions are education sellers. And the agents are principals, and they find it very hard to understand somebody is doing it free. Got it? Because they do for everything with a commission. There are private agencies who sell tuition centers are there, and coaching centers are there. These are all words which I don't like in my life. The training, coaching, these are all to be away. Is that academics are not doing? Can you imagine somebody gets admitted into a hospital with a disease? and after the doctor's treatment, you go to some other doctor for a second treatment and take two antibiotics parallelly, your life will get spoiled. So all these coaching tuition centers are like that. So that is happening because teachers are not dedicated themselves to the welfare of the children. When I talk to teachers, I keep telling, if my student who is learning mathematics under me, I'm a mathematician basically. In my maybe ninth class, I am teaching mathematics. And my students goes to some other teacher for again learning the same chapter. I am unfit to be a teacher for them. That is what is happening in this country, right? When somebody learns a subject like trigonometry, I am teaching. Once they learn trigonometry from me, they have to learn it 100%. I will only teach such students who are committed, who can come and ask me 100 times and I am ready to explain it. But don't go to somebody else and then say that, no, oh, I am not very clear. Do they have a question to ask? They don't have a question to ask. They keep repeating the same thing. That is because the teachers are not dedicated. The commitment is to finish syllabus. Actually, it should not be committing to finish the syllabus. And teachers keep saying, I handle mathematics. I said, don't handle mathematics. People say, I take mathematics. I said, don't take mathematics, give mathematics. Right? So the words which are used by teachers in themselves are contradicting into the profession which they are doing. That's only what I mean. It doesn't discard those great teachers who made Dr. TPS also as Dr. TPS. I was fortunate to have great teachers in my childhood from school days. My masters, I had great teachers. My PhD grade was a great teacher. I used to go to his house on Sundays because I want to see him at home. I want to see him learning. It is not mathematics alone. It's learning discipline in life. He was vice chancellor for 2 terms. So my PhD guide was so close to me. I know his biodata. He knows my biodata. When he got an award, I remember in Hyderabad, he called me onto stage and then gave the shawl and put on to me saying that, no, these sort of students gave me this award. We hardly see such teachers who are really committed, who are dedicated, who are totally into that. My idea of quitting my job was to create such few teachers around, few students whom I mentioned now, who aspire the highest in the life so that they can earn well, they can learn much, they can enjoy this life. So for LIFE, as Harikrishnanji mentioned, learn in full enjoyment. That's what I am standing for.
Here from mathematic background, what I feel is that we are always fond of getting solutions for a particular questions. But
Yeah.
actually, our education system or somewhere we are not able to feel the really feel the concept of mathematics. Like wherever we are going, we use sine, cosine basis, then exponential is coming, then j or I, that is root of -1 is coming. The students are always, and teachers are also helping them to get the solution. But actually, in the current scenario, when they are going to their higher studies or somewhere else on a research basis, they are not able to feel the mathematics or visualize the concept. So how we can develop a curiosity in students, especially for mathematics, because mathematics we are just doing in the board, we are getting the solution, but how to develop that curiosity, how to relate it with the application base. Everywhere a mathematics is there, a mathematical modeling is there, but how to analyze, how to create that curiosity, it's a great challenge for the teachers also. As a mathematician, yeah. Yes, sir.
I pity all the teachers of mathematics, especially engineering college mathematics teachers. See, the basic reason is they have done a BTech, they have done an MTech, they have done a PhD, and they joined. They never did an application in their life. See, I'm from an image processing background. People must have done image processing PhD also. You talk to the electrical engineer, you talk to the electronics engineer, they will tell you where cosine sine is used, where complex analysis is used. You want radar signals to be analyzed, you need all imaginary numbers, complex numbers. So unless you speak to, it's very, very harsh to use words sometimes to say mathematics teachers are useless people. They don't look at what application they have. I have also seen one of the most famous Kerala channel called Victors, and some of the teachers coming and then saying all the formulas which we learn in mathematics are useless. It's shame. It's shame on mathematics teachers. It's shame on the higher education teachers who are teaching. That is why I said the teachers don't have. You ask me every individual subjects in mathematics and tell me where is it applied, I can show you where is it applied. There is no single formula which you are learning in your mathematics classes which are not applied. There is nothing called a pure mathematics. Actually, I was so fortunate to be a Cochin University student from under Dr. Kaimal, who was the head of the Department of Computer Science in Kerala University later. So you can imagine a mathematics professor becoming the head of the Department of Computer Science, later Dean of Amrita Institute in Kollam after retirement from the university. So he was more an engineering person than a mathematician, because he gave me a project which is pure mathematics, but with a lot of applications in number theory, therefore in now computer science. So it is hard to find such good teachers, great teachers who can find and engineering college. Even the other day I was talking to school teachers, 100 school principals from India. They had got a principals meet. I was in Calcutta to speak to them for 2 days. I was telling your mathematics teachers, your physics teachers should learn mathematics and physics from the engineering physics textbook, engineering mathematics textbook at the school level, so that you can tell them this is where it is applied in engineering. And hardly engineering college mathematics teachers read those textbooks, because you don't require to teach mathematics in a classroom to refer to some books, because it's only for it. Most of the people it is problem solving. I taught mathematics, I taught physics in engineering colleges. It is not problem solving. The problems are solved by students. Teachers should not solve problems. The actual theory, actual functional principles behind, or the methodologies behind solving the problem, that can be taught in an interesting manner, I think students will solve the problems. This is what I do in my classroom. So I think Erwin Krasik, engineering mathematics, probably the love of physics, love for physics by the great professors are there who uses mathematics totally into their physics classroom. Forget about engineering. No. So how can you do physics without mathematics? How can you do chemistry without mathematics? One of my cousin brother is one of the greatest chemists in India. If you look at all what he does in chemistry is full of graph theory and pure mathematics. So if mathematics teachers or engineering college students don't understand what the mathematics they are doing, talk to Dr. TPS 9447437948. I will make them to love mathematics from today. That's my guarantee, and that's I have done to plenty of children. Right. So the computer science student who are MIT admits, who are into America in different best universities, they all learn mathematics from me. When I was an MBA professor, I remember picking up a student who has got a lot of interest in mathematics. After BTech, I referred him to Indian Institute of Science for a MTech admission. After interview, the panel said, "Oh, you are not given an admission for MTech." He was so sad, and then he called me and said, "I did not get MTech admission, though you told me that I'm bright, I'm good and all that." So I told him, "Don't worry, wait." And the interview board gave him direct admission for a PhD. That is just because you are strong in mathematics. So I'll tell you, engineering students who are strong in mathematics have got a great future. Why many of the engineers are unfit to be employed? The reason is they don't have the basic knowledge in mathematics. Why people don't get great jobs in MNC companies? Until last year, 2021, I was a professor in one of the private universities here, and I was teaching online. My paper was campus to corporate. My paper was campus to corporate. And what I was teaching them was logical reasoning, analytical skill, mathematical ability, data analysis, and English comprehension. So if these are the subjects which are 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th class, 12th class mathematics, if that is very, very stable in you, I think anybody can get any job. That's what I feel now.
Yes, sir, exactly. Because the beauty of mathematics has to be felt. Because as you have mentioned, it's a great responsibility of the teacher also to engage the students to develop the curiosity. So it was a great time to share the journey of your life with this forum, Life Made Up of Questions. And you have raised a lot of questions for the students as well as teachers also, to be a great teacher and to be a great student. So it's a combination of all these ingredients that makes a good recipe for life. So we will meet again, sir. Have a nice time. Sorry for calling you, sir, Dr. TPS. ഇനി കുറച്ച് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയാണ്ട് പറ്റില്ല സാറ്. ഈ പറയുന്ന പോലെ ഡോക്ടർ TPS ഈസ് ഫ്രം കേരള. സോ ഈ ഒരു സമയം, ഈ ഒരു ഓണക്കാലമാണ് ഇപ്പൊ നമുക്കുള്ളത്. സാറിന് ഈ ലൈഫ് മേഡ് അപ്പ് ഓഫ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഫോറത്തിന്റെ എല്ലാ രീതിയിലുള്ള ഓണാശംസകൾ നേരുന്നു. സാർ ഇനിയും കുറെ ഉയരങ്ങൾ കീഴടക്കാനുണ്ട്, കുറെ ആൾക്കാരെ ഇഗ്നൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ട്, എൻപവർ ചെയ്യാനുണ്ട്. ഈ പറയുന്ന പോലെ ബീങ് എ ഗൈഡിങ് ലൈറ്റ് ടു എൻപവർ യങ് മൈൻഡ്സ് ടു ഫീൽ ദ ക്രസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ലൈഫ്. താങ്ക് യു.
നല്ല പേര്. ഹരികൃഷ്ണൻസ് നോ title for the program is beautiful. As we have been traveling through your questions, I think we didn't know the time passed so fast. So thank you for hosting me and letting me to open my mind. And it is not to hurt either the teachers community or to the find fault with the students. It is to make a difference. And once you have to make a surface which is not very clean, to make it very clean, probably you'll have to rub it. So that rubbing gives some pain. I was part of academic staff college directorship in Kerala. So I tried my level best to change the academics in Kerala. But it's a big failure because of many political reasons, many basic character. That is the reason when I talk to somebody who is in Kerala, who is a teacher also, that boils. So I'm sure things are not very far that some good leadership will come. Maybe some students are, I'm seeing a lot of students who are interested to learn. I'm guiding them. And these forums like yours, what you are doing, I'm sure if it can take to few people and they come back with a question referring that, I heard you from Hari Krishnan ji's discussion, I'll be the gladdest. But if that doesn't happen, that means, oh, people take everything so casual. I'm not very casual. Anything which I do, even for a short while, I take it very serious. Right? So pranams, namaste, thank you, and happy Onam.
Happy Onam. Thank you.
Happy Onam to you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.